Hello to all people of the world. My name is Juliana, and I will be co-hosting this Water Action Newsroom program with my friend Gerance. Hello, Gerance. How are you?
Hi, Juliana. I'm well on my side. What about you?
I'm very happy here. We'll be talking about all the actions that took place during this week. I am in Argentina. Where are you now, Gerance?
Today I'm calling in from Nairobi, Kenya, and I'm super happy to co-host this session with you.
Okay, from my little town called Necochea, I can tell you that it's hard to feed all the explosions of actions that happen globally around the water crisis. As we know, the climate crisis is really a water crisis. At the same knot of emergencies is at the core of both. Inequity, over-extraction, scarcity, pollution, repression, and and finance all make an appearance in the many actions around the world. And in response to water crisis, everywhere we see the same human-created determination to be heard.
And every 3 years, the UN holds the World Water Forum. This year it was in Africa, then Senegal in Dakar, and Extinction Rebellion Africa went to Dakar. And let's see what they got up to the street, on the television, and running on People's Assembly. Let's watch these three clips, and yeah.
You can see that right now the police have resisted, but still now Extinction Rebellion insists on sending a message. This is a combination of different XR groups: the Gambia, Uganda, South Africa, Senegal, Rwanda. This is a striking march in the city of Dakar, one of the most populated cities in Senegal, the capital city. These members of XR, they are determined to send a message demanding for system change. This is a matter of do or die. Time is up. Climate and ecological emergency. Change or die. Now or never. You can see that.
Pascal Mirinzi, je viens de la RDC.
I come from the RDC. I'm an activist with Extinction Rebellion at the University of Goma. I've come to Senegal to participate in the World Water Forum. We want us to take these forums seriously. We must go back to the beginning. We must involve people in these discussions, and then we can make progress. But if we don't do that, it's just bound to fail. The reality we need to consider in Africa is that of the fossil fuel industry. We depend on these industries. These industries come and extract oil, and that oil ends up in our lakes. For example, there is Total, the company Total, operating on the border between the DRC and Uganda. Lake Edward is one of the main water sources which feeds into the River Nile. My Egyptian brothers won't want to die of thirst when there's water to be had in Central Africa. They'll have no choice but to come and get it. And this is how wars will start. Water is life. If we don't have water, if we don't better manage the most important resource we have, we risk our very existence.
Let's try anyway to position.
Okay, the greenhouse effect. It makes sense. The greenhouse effect.
No, we position them.
Perhaps will come after the carbon dioxide.
There is a retention of infrared which are staying on our planet, right? Like this one, which is like getting more and more. This part of
they may have another position whenever we exploit the second set.
Bien sûr, donne l'autre avant de lire.
Après, on fait la lecture totale.
While delegates were sitting in the World Water Forum in Dakar, Senegal, XR Africa found that local people in that very city are struggling to find water. It's costly, and women and children bear the main burden.
You can see the woman, she's actually getting some water from this source.
But you can see very clearly it's the children, the girls, and the young boys. The burden settles directly on them. So it's really it's an experience for me, coming from where I come from. The way we struggle with water is a different thing. I have had an experience drawing out water, and it's really, really heavy. It works your muscles, it exhausts you. But you have to give credit to these boys and the girls who collect this water every day, probably so many times.
And on the last day, the group held an nonviolent, peaceful, disruptive demonstration.
Nous clôturons le 8e sommet du Forum de l'eau qui se trouve aujourd'hui à Sénégal. Nous n'attendons que des résultats. Nous n'avons pas besoin d'avoir des écrits ou des promesses inutiles.
We don't need vacuous promises, we need action. We need to be helped to move forward. We need clear policies.
The women are suffering. They are walking distances to go and look for water.
Every one of us needs water to survive. So governments around the world must act now. We want a water emergency now.
Life. What is life? How can we live when it's not accessible to everyone?
Unite against the water crisis globally.
We need water. Without water, there is no life.
Man maa ngi jógee Gambie ñun ndox lañ soxla. Ndox lañ soxla.
Water security or peace.
Twagala amazi.
Kwetu Kongo tunaomba maji. Kwetu Kongo tunaomba maji.
Everywhere there was an outcry against companies most responsible for the disasters. None more so than Shell, which has recently moved to London, where groups are ready to hold them to account for their past and present crimes.
Hello everybody, this is Sunday the 20th of March. We are here in the centre of London, UK. Behind me you can see the building of Shell.
Listen to us, please. Even if I die today, what about the next generation?
The first charge against Shell is quite simply, it's been contaminating the groundwater.
Die out forever! Die out forever! Forever! They've destroyed species in the Niger Delta. They polluted the water. Future generations will not be able to work or live in this area.
The second charge we have against Shell is that it's been responsible and complicit in human rights violations by the Nigerian military and more directly itself as well.
They were sentenced to death, and on November 1995 the Ogoni 9 were hanged and their bodies dumped in an unmarked grave.
Our third charge is that Shell is responsible for ecocide. Our fourth charge against Shell is that it's responsible for crimes against future generations.
Shell is not a green saviour, it's a planetary death machine.
Yes!
We need to put an end to this death machine, and we need to do it now.
Do we want it? No! What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it? What do we want? Where do we want it?
We want to bring Shell down. We have to bring Shell down because the planet is more important than this corporation. Life and water are more important than profit.
Meanwhile, in Cape Town, in solidarity with First Nations people, Extinction Rebellion and the Lesbic Action Campaign paid its respect to the rivers and wetlands and protested against the floodplain destruction caused by Amazon's new headquarters in Cape Town. Still in South Africa, Extinction Rebellion protested outside a coal mining company head office, Thungela, responsible for an acid mine spill in February.
We are in Johannesburg, South Africa, standing outside the headquarters of a mining house responsible for ecocide, for polluting rivers, for destroying livelihoods. We have been here protesting and we have met members of management. After generations of genocide, we recognize another mega crime, just as insidious, destroying, drilling, burning, fracking, polluting. It's called ecocide. That's what you need to call it. You need to mention it by name. Call it that. Shout it out from the rivers and the mountaintops. Ecocide is killing us, our children, and their futures.
In Democratic Republic of Congo, XR Butembo painted walls and held a sit-in to demand the company's Regideso solve the problem on water shortage in Butembo City and do its job to distribute clean water.
Je m'appelle Kawali Nasadiki Lidi, porte-parole de XR Butembo.
As you know, on the 22nd of March, we are celebrating the World Water Day. On this occasion, we have come to the central office of the Water Board. We represented the DRC. As you can see, and as you saw in the previous video, we have been organizing a sit-in in front of this office. The goal is to demand the Water Board to provide everyone with water. Water is life. Water is the basis of everything, all living matter, and as scientists have proven, 70% of the planet is covered in water. But in Butembo, there are many problems linked to water. It is quite difficult to get access to this water source. And we've asked this water board to increase the number of its actions and to increase its impact so as to get more people access to drinkable water. And we can see, for example, that there are private structures here, private companies. This is a state structure. The Water Board is a state structure. It is meant to supply us all with water. Thank you very much.
Most actions in Africa saw heartfelt cries against the barbarity of 2022, where for many safe clean water is a luxury, while in the rich world it appears an iPhone is a necessity. Let us start with XR Uganda, who described the water reality.
It is estimated that up to 7 million Ugandans out of the 45 million lack access to clean water. I mean, look at this water source.
This same water is used by some homes as for domestic use. It is used for cooking and drinking. Little kids also play in this water, and in the same water they come and shower and wash their clothes.
It is beyond sad. It is deplorable. We have up to 28 million people of our entire population who have little or no access to proper sanitation, water and health facilities. Now, this is a crisis beyond acceptable proportions.
Extinction Rebellion and other movements in Tanzania protested against the state of the River Msimbazi in Dar es Salaam, and students took part in the climate strike, raising awareness of water.
As we celebrate the World Water Day, Extinction Rebellion Tanzania reveals one of the endangered rivers in Tanzania located in one of the major cities, Dar es Salaam, River Msimbazi. According to research, 71% of the population in Dar es Salaam use Msimbazi River for drinking and for irrigation.
Nimezaliwa Pwani, Tanzania. Kijijini Mlandizi, hapa Vigwaza nimezamia. ndoto ilikuwa ni kuimba kweli, ndo ghafla kwa elimu ikamia. My dialect I'm sorry, ukupenda nadhani uliposikia, eti kama utani nikaanza kusoma. Mungu sasoma nikakutana na kiokola, akanipiga kampani japo kuna walopinga eti siwezi soma. Fitina za ndani mala shado nalinga, hata somesha nani lugha vikwaza. Nikajipa imani ipo siku nitashinda, mala Mola ndo mpaji. Leo ndo nasepa kwenda kuitunza ile familia. Kuna walonicheka enza form 1 masi nazungushaga sifuri. Soma.
Also in Africa, we saw groups take practical action in the face of massive challenges.
Hi, I'm Abdurrashid Musa, and here I am in Gombe local government in Jigawa State. We are here for the World Water Day event.
Protect our water. Protect our water. Protect our water. Protect our water. We are water. We are water. Not war. Not war. Water is precious. Water is precious. Water is life. Water is life.
I live here in the housing residence. And then right now in our house, we do not get enough water. And most times when we get water, our water is always bacterialized. It's not good. It's not clean. And it's always smelly. And most of the time we get typhoid because of our water is not very clean. So wherever there is clean water, there is also a nice life. Sometimes we don't even get water at all for like 1 week. So please, wherever there is water, there is life. Wherever there is good water, you will live a good life.
Now what happens is in the dry season, we hardly have enough water to use. The well virtually dries out, and we only have water when it is rainy season. Like my friend said, pumping water sometimes is a problem with the power crisis. So we resolved to buying water.
March 2022, we as Extinction Rebellion Great Lakes region have taken an action about World Water Day in Jinja. Down there, it's a well, it's a water source for thousands of people are living in this community. But as we celebrate the World Water Day, we decided to take action in reference to the principle that everyone or every person, rich or poor, has a right to access to clean, safe water.
Temu, here I'm Navia Proskovia from Uganda. We are back for our water crisis, the World Water Day action. Our action is safe water, safe lives. You've seen we have moved long distances. When we are showing you how these local members move long distances to access safe water. We passed the other side of the borehole. It is no longer functioning. That's why they are now accessing water from this well, which is dirty. You can see.
Meanwhile, Gerima Mustafa, an activist in Uganda fighting to save the shea nut tree, brought the water message to some students.
At Yugo Primary School, that is my former school where I started working for education. Right now, I'm with my head teacher, who is now serving the school, and I talk about keeping our environment clean and safeguarding our water systems. So thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you. Thank you.
Nearly 1,000 displaced people live in makeshift camp near Rutshuru in the east of DRC. Here, access to drinking water remains a major issue. XR Rutshuru call on the state as well as the international community not to forget these people and many others like them. Cameroon is raising awareness of a terrible consequence of the water crisis, a cholera outbreak in the Cameroon city of Limbe. Given in this situation, Extinction Rebellion are taking practical action in the emergency.
She's asking that when you boil the water, must you drink the water hot? No. While you're boiling the water, it's because you don't know the source of that particular water because of the outbreak of cholera. You understand? So when you boil your water, you keep it for some time to get cool. After that, you can fill it in your containers. Those who are drinking cold water can put it in the refrigerator.
Extinction Rebellion Democratic Republic of Congo call for system change and ask, how is it that children still drink untreated water directly from the river? And now some words from South Africa.
Gone are those days, 2022. Gone are those days where seeds grow naturally because soil is now contaminated. Gone are those days where you open up the tap and get clean water. Gone are those days where winter was winter, summer was summer, spring was spring, autumn was autumn. Gone are those days where we know the difference between natural rain and acid rain.
As a young black child, I was programmed that it is really life, that without it I will never survive. But to suffer from capitalism, whereby they consider profit before life, where we have to go to a shop to buy water when there isn't one, is painful. Imagine, I still repeat, as a young, black, enthusiastic and concerned child, you are confusing me. You are confusing me. I am still gonna fight when there's still time, and I am going to win, and the time is now.
Meanwhile, in France, the collective is fighting the companies polluting the profiting from water. Meanwhile, in France, the collective is fighting the companies polluting and profiting from water. Let's take a look at what went on in the town of Vitel this week.
Bonjour. Hello, I am Loki Moore. We are in Vitel. Today is March 2022. Nestlé is hoarding our water to bottle it and then sell it with the brand name Vitel. So Vitel is not only looting our water, but they are also polluting with their plastics. And look here, in Vitel, they are polluting our soils with their plastics for about 50 years. Millions of plastic bottles over the past 50 years that are contaminating our soils.
In France, more than 7,000 people gathered in La Chenade in an unprecedented mobilization against the mega basin projects that are taking over the planet in the region. The demonstration continued with the dismantling of the supply network for a future reservoir, which will take away water from the drinking water needs of the inhabitants of Valence.
Bonjour, donc Thierry Louvet, je suis membre de la Confédération. Hello, my name is Thierry Louvet from Peasant Confederation.
Contre les méga-bassines. Les méga-bassines, c'est un accaparement de l'eau.
I am fighting here for Lake Abbassine.
Il n'y a qu'un seul cycle, c'est pouvoir se l'approprier, ne pas se rendre compte que
for the idea that they want to use all the water and they do not realize that water will support all life.
XR Makassar blocked a major road to protest the privatization of water and raise awareness that changes in rainfall patterns, rising temperatures, rising water levels, and extreme climate events will cause a clean water crisis if climate change is not taken seriously.
Halo, saya Herli dari Global Climate Strike Kota Makassar. Sekarang saya berada di Urin Suharjo, tepatnya di bawah jembatan layang Adi Pangeran Veterani. Kita sedang mengadakan aksi damai untuk memperingati Hari Air Sedunia. Aksi kita hari ini berangkat dari kekhawatiran mengenai fenomena privatisasi air yang semakin gencar dilakukan oleh korporasi yang didukung oleh berbagai produk kebijakan negara. Harusnya air dapat dirasakan seluruh elemen masyarakat karena air merupakan hak asasi manusia. Gerakan kita pada hari ini untuk menuntut hentikan pemerintah dan korporasi melakukan privatisasi air, karena sesungguhnya air adalah milik seluruh rakyat, bukan milik negara atau milik korporasi.
An Afghani woman in London asked us not to forget the water crisis in her homeland.
Hi, my name is Diwa Khan and the founder of Diwa Trust Foundation. Afghanistan is now being called the worst humanitarian crisis on the earth. Water is the main issue. Because of the conflict for 4 decades, Afghanistan and the bordering area of Pakhtunkhwa are facing water crisis right now. Clean drinking water is scarcely available for the locals. Children are suffering from diseases due to the unclean drinking water. And I, Diwa Khan, request that everyone in this world, on this earth, should have access to clean drinking water, because water is life. Water is our basic human's right. Help us to provide clean drinking water for everyone and for every child, for every humans. Thank you very much.
Let's hear what's been going on in Serbia.
Hi, my name is Milica Damjanovic-Zanfort and I'm from Extinction Rebellion Serbia. At the beginning of this week, you can follow on our social media. We started at Zrenjanin, one of the cities in Serbia that haven't had drinking water or even in any way correct drinking water. And we started with putting tap water and bringing it to Belgrade and also to several different cities around Serbia. You can see one of biggest Belgrade's flood protection, and it's currently being destroyed by the illegal settlements that are built by rich people. And on those settlements, under those settlements, is Belgrade's drinking water as well as the flood protection.
XR in Oslo collected ice for a water ritual to remind us that water really is life.
Vann är livet. Agua es vida. Water is life. Tomorrow we invite you to a water ritual at Sukkebitten in Oslo. Oslo, the light place where the river runs out to the sea. Let's come together and give water its personal right, because it sustains all our lives.
A march in Quebec called on government to tell the truth about the climate and water crisis.
And you can see scarcity of water and climate change go together. And act now. So this is for World Water Day on March the 22nd and for Fridays for the Future on the 25th of March.
Young people from around the world, global north and global south, sent a message in solidarity with each other and with the shared present and future.
2 million people in the US live without running water. 23% of private well water showed contamination of harmful chemical elements. 22 million people in the US live without a centralized sewer system. The water gap is not equally distributed across the United States. Poor and ethnic communities are particularly hard hit.
Approximately 1.5 million people, 5% of France's population, are drinking polluted water. France has been affected by regular drought in recent years. Most recently, the summer 2019 was particularly dry, prompting restricted water use and disruption in the supply of drinking water.
In Guayaquil, Ecuador, a foreign outlet company, Interagua, received a concession to develop the drinking water supply in 1881. Interagua continues to make profits, but thousands of people in Guayaquil still don't have a potable water. Mining operations in Ecuador have been allowed to use uncontaminated water source, but traditionally, Polish people are not backing down because water is a life and death issue.
Water is being threatened all over the world,
and climate change is only making the situation more and more dire.
Take action today for the World Water Day
and join the climate movement.
Water is life.
In Latin America, we received an outpouring of love for nature, and we organized a mass mobilization to protect water sources from fracking, from pollution, from mining, from exploitation, and from other activities. One of the most admirable activities was the march in Mexico. It's a 24-day march throughout Mexico, and it's denouncing the poor use of water in the country. It also aimed to denounce Bonafont, the Danone associate. Good morning. We are just in front of the Bonafont plant. We are starting our march for life, for water, and against the poor use of said water. It is not surprising then that Extinction Rebellion in Mexico was aiming to focus on companies which are getting a lot of profit and which are exploiting others. Hello, my name is Miriam. I'm here in Mexico. I'm in the city of Campeche in Mexico. I'm here with my friends from Equisere, where I come from initially in Mexico. We are here to pass on a message against what is happening in our country. I'm talking here about the poor use of natural resources and the poor use of water in particular. I'm also talking about the problem that lies between capitalism and water. That's everything for me. Water is what gave us life on this planet. We are water. Water is life. Why should we have to pay? Capitalism is destroying water. Capitalistine, rather, is destroying water. Without water, we will all end up dying. Without water, there is no life. Water is in danger. In Toluca, Mexico, Extinction Rebellion joined the climate strike to denounce the privatization of water. We are water. In Argentina, various cities took measures against the system. In Buenos Aires, Extinction Rebellion carried out an action in order to push the government to fulfill its duties. Hello, my name is Tommy. I'm from Argentina, and we're here in front of the National Congress, and we're going to be celebrating the World Water Day on the 22nd of March. What we're fighting for is for the Argentine government to stop allowing oil companies to be present in our waters. We need to put an end to fracking as well. There are a lot of provinces across the country which are doing a lot of fracking. And it's happening a lot in Mendoza and in other areas. What we're stating is that water is more important than money. Water is more important than anything else. And in Paraná, in Argentina, the same group was protesting against water pollution.
Hoy es 22 de marzo, son las 6:20 de la tarde. Estamos en la Plaza de Mayo, en la ciudad de Paraná, Entre Ríos, en Argentina. Junto con nuestros compañeros de XR Paraná, nos encontramos realizando una acción callejera, reclamando por nuestras problemáticas locales, en referencia al Día Internacional del Agua, el llamado internacional. Y bueno, nos encontramos reclamando por la bajante histórica del río Paraná, por el uso de agrotóxicos y la contaminación del agua y de la tierra.
And still in Argentina, in the city of Necochea, a group of local artists created a very moving performance, and there were many other activities as well. Let's have a look. Hello, how are you? We are here in the main square in Necochea. Today is World Water Day, and we are preparing a lot of different activities. First of all, there will be a performance carried out by different organizations and collectives. There will be 3 rounds of debates about 3 different topics. So water pollution, which is being caused by landfill sites, which is also being caused by fumigation in suburban areas and in the rural areas as well. There's a lot of pollution in the water that we drink every day. And then the third problem, of course, is the presence of oil installations in the seas around Argentina. We are water. In the city of Rosario in Argentina, there was a focus on an enormous problem relating to water pollution as well.
Piletas olímpicas de líquidos cloacales crudos son arrojados al río cada 24 horas. El agüita santafesina directo de la canilla a su vaso. Por favor, los invitamos, vengan por acá. Acá un caballero que se puede animar a tomar agüita santafesina. No le pega miedo, es la misma que sale de la canilla, ¿eh? Está un poco más turbia nada más.
In Colombia, various groups try to focus attention on the threats relating to water scarcity. In Medellin, natives gave a voice to local fishermen, for example. We're here in the Magdalena River. They're just extracting everything. They're just exploiting everything. Some people don't want to leave, and there are enormous problems here. There aren't even any fish here.
No me tumbaron. Ahí me dejaron quieto.
La red ambiental de la Dorada Caldas presente para que ayudar a los pescadores y con toda la
We want to
comunidad de la
help
Dorada vamos a
fishermen
pelear
and
para
the whole
salvar
community. We want to fight to save this beautiful river.
ríos para la vida, no para la muerte, no para la vida, no para
Rivers
la
are
muerte.
for life and not for death.
XR Medellín, Colombia, desde la Laguna del Guarne, en Santa Elena, dice: somos agua en rebelión, sí a la vida, a la paz y a
In
la
lots of
muerte,
places
no a la
in
guerra.
Colombia, people
Las
are saying
aguas del
no
Mar de
to
Ayala
war and
cantan
yes
y se
to
rebelan.
water.
Nos solidarizamos con las
We
luchas de
show a lot of
otros.
solidarity with people in this area who are fighting in Medellin. We are water in rebellion. Water rebellion. No to war, yes to peace, yes to water. The access to safe, drinkable water is a basic human right. It is absolutely fundamental and universal. It is about people's survival, and it's a condition when it comes to exercising basic human rights. For World Water Day, we are here near the Colombian rainforest. I am a missionary, for example. This is one of the most beautiful treasures in Colombia. We are part of Extinction Rebellion, but above all, we are human beings as well. We live in Colombia, we live on planet Earth, and we are coming together to defend water, to defend our planet. We're also defending ourselves because we are water as well. 22nd of March, World Water Day. We are water. We are water. We make up this water rebellion. We want to say no to fracking. Our marshes are fundamental for our existence. Young people in another area in Colombia also organized an event to defend water as well. We would like to invite Barraqueños and Barraqueñas to join us on Tuesday the 22nd of March at about 4 p.m. We are going to commemorate World Water Day. We're going to be defending water, which is being sacrificed here in the Magdalena area. Here, the water is being polluted by an oil refinery, and this is why we are constantly fighting against this appalling action. We invite you to raise awareness for what is happening. Tuesday the 22nd of March here, there will be a big action organized. We are going to be fighting for water, for life, and we invite you to come along. We would like to invite everyone to come and take part, because we all drink water and we can't allow for more pollution. And remember, 100 years of pure pollution. Water, yes. Fracking, no. Yes to water, no to fracking. Yes to water, no to fracking. More than 100 years of pollution. In Colombia, there is another river polluted because of deforestation and monoculture.
Todos los días es día de sembrar árboles y de sembrar conciencia en uno, para restaurar el ser y para restaurar el ecosistema hay que restaurar el ser. Entonces, para nosotros fue importante este lugar porque es donde
ha crecido la propuesta agroecológica y de mercados agrocampesinos en el Quindío.
Extinction Rebellion Bogotá.
Extinction Rebellion in Bogota drew attention to other water problems. Let's have a look at what they got up to.
With Extinction Rebellion Bogota. Today is Saturday, the 26th of March, and we're in the wetlands of La Conejera. We are doing several activities today. We biked to the place that we are. We have painted a mural. We've also created some knitwork on the fences, pleading to defend the wetlands in Bogota, and we're pleading for water to be a right for everyone in our country. We also have a carnival, and we've included everyone in the community where we are, offered them a meal and entertainment and food to really bring awareness to the importance of these spaces, the territory, and the people that take care of them.
Desde Perú, Wilmar, del Centro
From
de Labor,
Peru,
describe
Wilmore
cómo
from
compañía minera
Centro
suiza
Labor
Glencore está
describes
destruyendo
how
sus
the
aguas.
Swiss mining company Glencore is destroying their waters. We are a few meters north of the city of Cerro de Pasco. We are located in the area of the Rio Tingo. Unfortunately, this source of water has heavy metals. Also, due to the fact that in the upper area, we have a lot of tons of garbage as a result of the mining activities in the city of Cerro de Pasco. In a similar situation, we have other courses of water sold of the city of Cerro de Pasco, such as Rio San Juan, but other sources of water no longer exist, as is the case of Lake Yanamate and Lake Aminacosta. No, it's a deposit of mining garbage also. So we are requesting the government to carry out effective actions to recover the sources of water impacted and also for conservation of the different resources having to do with water of our country.
XR Perú nos envía un mensaje desde el
XR
Mulago,
Peru
exigiendo
sends a
protección
message
de las
from
aguas
a lake
amazónicas de la
demanding protection
contaminación.
of
También
Amazon
otras
waters
personas
from
realizaron
pollution.
manifestaciones en Lima
Others
contra
held
la minería canadiense
demonstrations
Ariana,
in
que
Lima against the
internamente ha
Canadian
dado
mining
potable de más
company
de 10 millones de
Ariana,
personas.
a threat to
Hola, soy
drinking
Diego,
water
desde
of
XR
over
Perú,
10
aquí en
million
Sauce, la laguna
people.
de Saucecocha
Hello,
corresponde
I am Diego,
las
and
áreas
the
donde están las
lake
cuencas
of
de
South
deforestación
Secocia
de
is in
cuenca, se están
danger
deforestando
because the
y cada
waters
vez
are
hay menos
they're
bosque que
damaging the
proteja
water,
en las
and there's
quebradas que
less
alimentan a la laguna.
mountains to
Por favor,
protect
protejamos todas las
also
aguas de la Amazonía.
the lake. Let's protect the waters of this area.
Y en la ciudad capital, grupos como
And
Fridays
in
for
the
Future
capital
Perú y
city,
la
groups
organización
such
Cooperación
as
y el
Future
MOSIC, el
Peru,
Movimiento Ciudadano por el Cambio
Organization,
Climático,
Cooper Action,
bloquearon una
and
carretera para que se escuchen
Mosaic
sus voces.
block a road to get their voices heard. We are here to demand the judicial power to take action. They have a pending activity to cancel the Ariano project. It's located at Comakosha, where we have the source of water consumed by 10 million of persons in Lima and Callao. The judiciary has to rule over this. Yes, and we're here together with the friends of cooperation. We are here. It's an important
Scientist
day
Rebellion, una
to
rebelión
take action.
científica, actuó en solidaridad con Perú, en
Scientist
una acción muy
Rebellion
disruptiva
acted
frente
in
a la sede de
solidarity
Madrid
with
de Repsol,
Peru in a
responsable
very
del reciente derrame
disruptive
de
action
petróleo.
outside Madrid headquarters,
Buenos
Repsol,
días, son las 6
responsible
de la
for the
mañana,
recent
6:30 de la
oil
mañana en
spill
Madrid.
in Peru.
Estamos haciendo una acción
It's
de
6
dirección
o'clock
democrática
in
en la sede de
Peru.
Repsol.
We are taking action in the headquarters of Repsol.
Estamos protestando contra el ecocidio y
We
genocidio
are
de Repsol
protesting against
en Perú y
genocide
el
of
genocidio que está
Repsol
haciendo
in
en todo el
Peru
mundo.
and the genocide in the entire
Son
world.
compañeras científicas,
These are scientists,
Elena,
our
astrofísica, doctora en astrofísica,
co-workers,
haciendo la
doctor
protesta porque es
in
una emergencia y en caso de
because
emergencia hay
they're
que romper
also protesting
los
because this is
cristales.
an emergency, and in case of emergency we need to break these glasses.
Más empresas se destacaron en Chile, donde en la ciudad de Temuco
More
unas
companies
400
are
personas
highlighted
marcharon en
in
oposición
Chile,
a las
where in
empresas
the
de
city
Juan
of
Ferrer
Temuco,
Garcés,
over
los mayores
400
exportadores de
march
cerezos
in
del mundo.
opposition of the
Después de secar
company
el centro de
Juan
Chile, estas
Sutil and
compañías planean
Hernan
sacrificar el territorio
Garces.
mapuche, donde
These
fluye el
companies
río Chocho.
plan to sacrifice the Mapuche territory where the Chacolch River flows. People are moving towards the Conadi to give a letter to request paralyzation of a project that will endanger our sources of water.
En Berlín, varios grupos
In
sostuvieron
Berlin,
pancartas en
groups
solidaridad
held
con Chile
solidarity
y en una
banners with
alianza de
Chile
San
and an alliance
Ingetriebe,
of San
Engelgelande y
Ingetriebe,
XR Berlín bloqueó el
Endegelande, and
acceso a la gigafábrica de Tesla.
XR
Esta fue
Berlin
una acción
blocked
solidaria para las
access to the
personas
Tesla
sacrificadas y las áreas de sacrificio donde
Gigafactory.
la producción de
This
baterías
was a
eléctricas
solidarity
está
action to
contaminando los
sacrifice
ríos,
people
creando
and
escasez de
areas
agua
where
y teniendo un
production
gran
of
impacto
electric
represivo.
batteries is polluting
We're
rivers,
here
creating water
to protest
scarcity,
against the
and
opening
having
of
a
the Tesla
repressive
Gigafactory
impact.
on International Water Day. We believe that this is not just a form of greenwashing of capitalism or green capitalism, this is actually imperialism by other means. With Europe now going to accept the broken promises of the USA to buy energy from them, Tesla is just a representative of these decisions. And so we're here to say no, we're here to stop the ecological catastrophe that is about to take place in Brandenburg, which is suffering from a water crisis, a drought in the last few years. Germany, it's not just Germany, also Poland, many countries in Europe are facing desertification, and the amount of water that the Tesla factory will drink in a year to produce the cars is equivalent to the amount of water that people in Berlin, a 3 million people city, will also consume. So we are also here to visualize the struggles of the global south in places like Guatemala, where I'm from, in El Estor, Izabal, where Maya Kekchi communities have been fighting a nickel mining company from Swiss and Russian capital. Also in the Mapuche nation, the Mapuche people in the Walmapu have been fighting to make sure that the Cholchol River is not privatized. And it's the same also from our comrades in the Congo and in Australia, who have been suffering from cobalt and also lithium extraction. And so yeah, we are here to connect the struggles and to say that this is a green imperialism from the south to the north, to visualize it and to stop it.
En Ecuador, Extinction Rebellion se hacen
In
una pregunta.
Ecuador,
¿Cómo se
Extinction
supone que
Rebellion is
debemos
asking
preocuparnos por
a
nuestra agua
question:
si los
how
espacios
are
disponibles
we
para que nos
supposed to be
conectemos y nos relacionemos con la
doing
naturaleza
to
están en ruinas?
connect with nature, which is in danger? Hello, my name is Vivi. I am part of Extinction Rebellion. We are here with a group of volunteers trying to clean up the Machangara area. This is very beautiful. We have a lot of trees, a lot of biodiversity in this small area, but unfortunately, it's not well taken care of. Someone fell here not too long ago because people are not safe here, and there's a lot of nature here. And how are we supposed to take care of our nature if we don't even have these spaces available, accessible for us to have a close relationship with nature. This is what we're doing as Extinction Rebellion. This is part of the activity for the World Water Day and also for the program Aguas de
En
Rebeldías.
Brasil, en San Pablo y en Fortaleza
In
vemos acciones de
Brazil
extracción
and
de
in
daño
Fortaleza,
que
we
son
are seeing
responsables de la
some actions
contaminación y el mal
that
uso de los
are
recursos
responsible
hídricos.
for contamination and bad use of water sources. XR Rio de Janeiro acted in solidarity with Fridays for Future climate strike on March 25th. Their activists used clouds to symbolize water. They call out in particular the terrible impact of the steel company, Ternium, for its role in toxic rain and river pollution.
Contra a possibilidade da construção de 4 termoelétricas na Baía de Sepetiba. Mais um absurdo que vem aí sem licença ambiental para seguir fazendo com que a periferia seja esse terreno de sacrifício, esse terreno onde a injustiça ambiental se coloca efetivamente. Gente, uma salva de palmas para os músicos!
El activismo de
The
teatro revolucionario de la Asamblea Comunal
activism
Libre de
of
Petroleras y
Teatro
Extinción de Rebelión en Mar del
Revolucionario,
Plata se
Asamblea
muestra en esta
por
acción
Mar
que han
Libre
hecho
de
en
Extinción
conjunto para demostrar
Rebellion,
la tragedia de la
came
escasez del agua y
together
la
to
energía
show
que
the
nos da.
tragedy of water
Hola, mi nombre es
scarcity
Julieta
and the
Paladino,
energy that
soy de
water
Rebelión
gives
Extinción Mar
us.
del Plata. Bueno, acá estamos
I am
en el
here
centro
in
de la
this
ciudad. En
midst of the
general, son
city. There
muchas las causas
many,
que hoy
many causes
nos estamos
for which
movilizando por
we are
ellas
fighting,
y
and
somos gotas de una
we
misma
are
agua y es
drops of
momento de hacernos
the
cargo
same
de
water.
estas
And
aguas
right now we need
bueno,
to
que
take care of
justamente nos
these
dan la vida
waters
cada
that give
día
us
y que tenemos que
life every
cuidarlas y
day. We need
respetarlas.
to take care of these waters. We need to respect these waters.
Somos
We are
aguas en
water
rebeldía.
in rebellion.
Yep. So that's all we had for today. What do you think, Julia?
It was amazing. It really is moving to see so many rebels all around the world, so much people gathering together and put their love and creativity to make this week full of actions in order to protect one of the most important resources that we have on the world, which is water. Are you happy with this transmission, Gerard?
For sure. I couldn't say it much better than you have done. And I'm super happy that we co-hosted these together, and hopefully gonna see each other very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Well, thank you very much to all the people in the world. I hope we have been together for this time, and we have enjoyed this program together. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
What is life? How can we live when it's not accessible to everyone?
Unite against the water crisis globally.
We need water. Without water, there is no life.
Man maa ngi jógee Gambie ñun ndox lañ soxla. Water security or peace.
Twagala amazi.
Kwetu Kongo tunaomba maji.